So guys, this is Derrick with Diamonds. You probably see we're on an hour early. So why I chose to do that is I do want to try to stay on till 11 tonight. I do have a 40 weekend. But before we get into this, I have got to flip it over. I want to flip it over so we can see all the things. But before we do that, we are going to see how big. So I got my release frames from, oh my gosh, Keona's Craft Corner. She's been out on commission for a while. I think right now she's doing customs because it's just easier on her. So I have quite a few frames here. These frames were kind of meant for Cauldron of Myrrh. So I'm going to dig out hi Sherilyn. So, if you're seeing this on the replay, fabulous, and thank you. And if you would like to donate to my channel, go right on ahead, because it's going to be really hard now for me to get merchandise. So, I will be doing a lot of whipping chats and a lot of other things. I'm going to try. So, if you didn't hear, guys, Mooney Maid is actually letting you pre-order her out-of-stock diamond paintings if she's bringing them back. So, I haven't purchased it yet because I had a little trouble with my debit card, so I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. And I am going to be getting the Nine-Tail Fox kit. That's huge. It's a really big image. So I have till the 29th to buy that. And I always enhance my kits with her so that I get another Mooney Maid tray. So I'm going to show you how to put frames on a canvas, which means I have to turn you around. And spoiler alert, you're probably going to know what this image is. This image is stunning, hands down, and I'm ready to jump right into it just because this is my husband's Christmas present, and I know it's going to take me a hot minute to get it finished. And the best part about this size is I can probably get a frame for this and frame it, because this is only a 20 by 25, and those are the measurements I go by for framing. So pretty small in square image. It's not known. She has quite a few smaller paintings. So biggest tip for you guys is if you're gonna do it in sections, work on the shortest sections first. So I'm gonna flip you guys around while I cough my brains out. So, now guys, give me a minute. There we go. You're gonna see a lot of shadowing because this is a white background image. Another reason why I'm excited to do this one, this is probably one of the very first mystery kits I've seen a lot of color blocking in. So, this is what I mean by a frame. So, my trick, what I do, is I peel when it wants to cooperate. So, speaking of frames, B's Crafty Corner, and I actually got what's her face too, Leona Designs. they're both sending me release papers for Ghouls for Guerrero. So, when and if you ever buy frames, I love doing these. These are fun. So, give me 1 minute, guys. I just got my medication back today, so my breathing's gonna be all type of wonky. Okay, we'll do a Ricola. Oh boy. There we go. And my hands are sticky. So, back to this. So, these frames will be changing because I am going to be placing an order for fall themed ones. But your first one you're going to put as low to the edge as you can. And then you kind of pull and snap. And there you go. So, you just get the wrinkles out to the best of your ability. There you go. And that laid down really nicely. So, mermaid ones I'm not going to use. But we're going to do the blue and purple. Because I thought that would be, and you can definitely tell this was meant for Cauldron of Myrrh. A lovely cat is trying to be a monkey. So, you would think I'd go across first, right? No. So, your next step, I'm going to do a purple one. I love these. Kiona actually sent me for a free gift label frames for her containers. So this is how I do it because it works the best, because you can keep it really well balanced and you can kinda, so you probably saw that I didn't go edge to edge with it. You're gonna want room to cut. And then you just peel and go. And some of these will have wrinkles in them because you're never gonna get wrinkles out of a canvas. Not 100%. So there's that. So now your next cut, because I do checkerboard colors. So, and I diamond paint a little bit different. This is actually the smallest you can go on a frame. So, just a heads up. Where some other companies, they actually can go smaller. I believe Bees does smaller frames. I'm trying to get Crafts with Crashly as one of my sponsors. So, there's that. You definitely need space to cut. So, next one. And easiest way to work on a mystery kit is take one step at a time. Don't rush it. And frames, I'm very particular on because I want it to go smoothly. So, nope. Oh, you gotta really know. Some people are brave and they pretty good. You just pop it and go. So this is as far as we're going to go because we're going to test something. Because this is where I'm starting. I'm starting at the bottom. This is actually how I'm going to have it set up. So now we're going to cut it. I'm going to show you how to cut the frame. So what I do, some people do it different ways. So this is a whole sheet. So you can choose many ways to do this. You can cut the whole piece off if you want and treat it as a release paper if you want. Or what I like to do with them. So you see where the gap is up here. So that is actually where you're going to start the cut, is right here. And just go right down the center. You don't have to go in a straight line, because there's no need of that. Now, you have your section. So, people always ask me, so why do you do your section so small? Well, I do have a full-time job, and we will get into that shortly. So we are going to use this. I have already dug out my, so I've been getting, my lovely moderator has told me that she's been getting a lot of questions about, can I use one of my whips? I'm like, of course you can. So if you're going to do that, so this is a good example. Say you were up to here and you had all of this left. So you would have to do 2 paintings. But your second painting, you wouldn't have to finish all the way. You would only have to do half. As long as I see half of that painting finished, you do qualify. So there is going to be a lot of prizes. So I will have tons of giveaways. Bijou Bliss is doing something. I think they're just kind of going with fall themed trays. I think she's doing a discount code. I'm not sure. But this is all I'm doing right now is 4 frames. Because what you can do, I like the tic-tac-toe method. So what I would be doing is doing this square first, then this one. And that's what I like about painting these frames. So what you can do, we are going to go with this. So we have the purple frame. Frames are very much customizable on a painting. You don't have to go straight in a row. I'm fixing to show you why. So I prefer, so if you want to see this painting finished, Diamond Painting with the Besties has actually finished this painting. So there you go. You will see what I mean once we get there. So once I would finish these sections, I would jump up here. So I like the tic-tac-toe method. I kind of like to keep that going. So if you have any questions about the frames, just ask me, and I'm pretty sure I'll have the answer. So we are going to just go ahead and put these on, because I'm just going to go ahead and put these 2 rows on so that we can start kitting up my painting. So I am pushing to get this one done as fast as possible. I am still working on my Diamonds for Delamore. Loving every minute of it, guys. Oh my gosh. Love it, love it, love it. So Of course, I laid this frame on the wrong one, but we're just going to. So, this is another trick I learned many moons ago. So, that trick you learned when. So, we're just going to do 3 purples all in a row here. So, yes, tic-tac-toe method is what I like doing. A lot of people, like, they don't question how I do things. I do have a lot of whips because it is hard for me to finish paintings, and we have, guys, events just to kill me. So back in the day, I know you guys remember, back when you could get tattoos. Remember the little temporary tattoos you used to be able to buy as a kid? And you had to rub it on your skin with something very similar to this. Same concept for these. Sherilyn, I have so many going. It's so sad. But the way I look at it is, if I get a square dot on it, I get a square dot on it, and just move on. I am excited for next year. I really am. I have actually turned over a new leaf. I'm not going to be a team lead anymore. I have made that decision. My mental health comes first before any job. So I think I found the job that's going to work for me. So I'm so excited. So I think I've used all of these. So when you ever order, if you do order from Kiona Design, Crafty Corner, or I can't remember her website. She is on Etsy. She gives you these little papers. Obviously, you're not going to stick your sticker on this side. You're going to stick it on the shiny side here. I'm actually excited for her fall colors. So, this painting, I'm not even going to use them all. I have been with the company, I hit 20 years this year with Walmart, and I made that decision a while back. Told myself I am not going to put myself in a predicament to where I'm coming home and just drained all the time. I love how she gives you a pamphlet to put them in. Some shops do not do that. So, but yeah, that was my first step for my new year. I made that decision on my vacation the last time, because I was like, you know what? No, I'm not doing this anymore. I didn't feel, what's the word I'm looking for? I didn't feel myself. I felt like I was not I can't even describe it. So a lot of people have asked me long before I decided to step down. It's like, do you have time to yourself? I'm like, honestly, no, I don't. And that put me into that predicament where I was like, you know what? No, I can't. I need time for myself. And so my hours are 7 to 4, 5 days a week. So no more closings for this Chico, which I'm happy about. So these will be coming off when I order my fall ones, if I can get them here in time. This painting I am starting immediately. In this painting, I'm definitely going to have to take time out and work on it. I plan on working on this as many times as I can, and going back to 7 to 4s every day is going to be a lot of help. So I will show you my trick on how I work on paintings like this. And people kind of just laugh at me when I work on mystery paintings. So yes, you probably see that I have skipped lines. Well, that's where your cuts are. And you'll see why I'm not putting frames here. So there's that. Nope, I need to go up a little more. So some of these it's pretty easy to. So we have finished where I want to be. Cough drop's disgusting. So one of the tips, if you have asthma, is always have cough drops on hand. Always. Or somehow the menthol helps. So I have all these down here. Guys, isn't this gorgeous though? So guys, if you're wondering, I am still going to be in apparel. But I will be in the back room doing something I've been wanting to do for a long time. So my days off are staying the same. So I did tell my new coach that if Friday and Saturdays ever comes available, that I really want those days off. So I'm going to show you how I work on a mystery kit. So, unfortunately, most of this section here is color blocked, which does not hurt my feelings. So you have this section here. But you have a lot of symbols here. All the symbols of mystery kits are black and white. So this is an older mystery kit. I wish Diamond Art Club would go back to this way, because this is what a mystery kit should look like. Not with symbols, different colors, and this. And that's why my Jason Voorhees kit is taking me a while to do. So, I do have a symbol here. 842. Which was what? This symbol. So, I have this square open, okay? So, what I do, see if I have one available here. Actually, I do. I have a cover paper. So, I cut this in half, literally in half. I'm big into working in strips because it's just practical on a mystery kit. This is will be my second mystery kit from Vince Guerrero. So let me grab a tray right here. Now guys, make sure you put this tray as close to you as you can. So what I do now, if I'm going to work this direction, I make sure I roll my kit up and I go this way. So that's what we're going to do. And I'm kind of embracing the single placing lifestyle for squares. Thank you, Sherilyn. Just because it's so much easier. I do. So, Lost Child. Oh, I got some news, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. So, I am destashing 2 Inscarero images. So, we're going to pull out my putty pen here. I cannot wait to try the new pen tips. So, do I have my pictures with me? I do. These 2 are way too much confetti. These 2 I've really thought about destashing for a while because they're just not my jam. I love Inscarero's images, don't get me wrong, but I know these 2 I definitely will not do because of how much confetti is in them. So I am destashing Natanya's Wonderland, which is very difficult for me to do just because I am a big Alice in Wonderland fan. So here's your measurements. It does have 2 ABs in it. Then my other one here is Forest Keeper by Inscarero. This is as well a 51 by 69. So I'm just, no, not a fan. I almost thought about destashing Magic Portals, but I just cannot. So that is probably going to be the most heavy confetti I'm ever going to be. So I love single placing squares. I don't know what it is. It just makes my job so much easier. So we're just going to work on this for a minute. Then we will start kitting it up. So you can see my little gadget I got. I love their putty. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I have quite a few sponsors this year for Goals for Guerrero. So I am in process of making a list, but I don't want to do that until I get a hold of. I'm actually going to contact Mooney Maid. I know they're rarely doing events now, so I'm going to ask anyway. Yellow Dog Designs is one of my sponsors. LFB I'm going to look into. So there's that. That didn't take me long. So when I do squares, I checkerboard a lot. Yes, this kit, I definitely want to get it finished as fast as possible. And why I'm not multi-placing this kit is because I'm not quite sure if this has the new squares on it or not. This kit, I believe, is going to be getting glow in the darks. I think. I haven't decided yet. Because I really want to add glow in darks to the candles. So if you want to see this image finished, just go over to Diamond Painting with the Besties and just type in Inscarero post review. She likes her images a lot, as much as I do. She is all about dark art. So if you want those Inscarero paintings, contact me. I am going to try to get them back for their full market retail value. But if you want to offer a price to me, I will look at, see if I'm willing to do that or not. But yes, the only purchase I'm doing next is the Nine-Tailed Fox by Mooney Maid, because it is a pre-order. I'm not in no rush to get it, especially that, because I know she is busy getting things situated with the move and all of that jazz. So I'm not in no rush to get it. They responded pretty quickly with it, which is good. I am definitely going to cut off the plastic on this kit because, oh dear Lord, that's annoying. Yeah. Give me 1 minute here, guys. I cannot. So, this is a ceramic cutter that cuts plastic but does not cut the canvas. It's the way I word it. So I can probably get this little square done today. It has a lot of color blocking in it. So I always tell people with any type of image that is a portrait, please save the face for last. Because, oh, I did Artemis's face really quickly when I got her. So I'm like, oh God, I gotta see her face. It got creepy. Got really creepy really quick. I was like, oh no. So I saved the face for last. That I have learned with doing her images, is do the faces last. Her faces can come off creepy, especially when you're staring at it all day. So guys, did you see that Diamond Art Club now has coasters? I am all for it, because coasters is like a good, quick craft to do. So what I'm hoping they get is wind chimes. I am a big person in wind chimes. Yeah, that kit. So that's what is one of the downsides to Instagram's old images, is that it has the older image, the older grid on it. So back then, and we're talking back then, Diamond Art Club's been around for a hot minute. And what we are going to try, though, I want to see how the multi-placing is done on the squares. So we're going to flip this around here, guys. And now I'm going to see how the multi-placing is going to be. Because I do not want gapping like I had with Button Eye. I was not impressed. I think this has the new square grid, because Button Eye was the very first mystery kit from Inscarero, which luckily enough I was able to snag. Guys, I love the angled tips. They are like my favorite. So you can get these in a 3-pack at Everlasting Tips. So Definitely got to. So one of the other tips that I've seen people tell you is do not multi-place like colors. Well, if you want to get through kits fast, you will find a way. Like this is a light colored color. So unfortunately, I am going to multi-place it. Especially knowing that this square drill field is not the same as when I did button eye. That's why I was going to single place this kit, just because. And so I am going to be kitting this up in baggies for now, for a reason. Because I'm going to be putting fabric softener sheets in this, because I am not dealing with the static, because this kit has a lot of static in it. But guys, look at this. How fast that went. But yes, I love Inscaro's images all the way. So guys, if you're new, Miss Lovely Inscarero is letting Diamond Pen Pal use one of her pieces of artwork to make a custom pen. So I am the host, so I am going to be getting one of those pens, and then the other pen will be going into the grand prize giveaway. And that will be for the month of October. So October is going to be the big month for Inscarero, because a lot of her images are Halloween based. Hi Diamond Queen, how are you? And just a heads up guys, I have not sent out any packages for my events. It's going to take a hot minute for me to do that, just because of funds. I'm trying to reconstruct our not lifestyle, but get things back in line. That's why I haven't been purchasing at all. So, but I'll tell you what, I'm going to try to get one of those butterfly effect wear pens. I'm setting my alarm on Saturday for 5 o'clock. I'm going to be quick with fingers, because I really want one of those chromatic pens, because I've never gotten a pen like that before. And that's where I'm at now with pens, is that I want pens that that speak to me. I'm not going to be buying as many pens anymore. But I do have pens that cater to certain artists, like Inscarero. I have a Inscarero custom pen from Diamond Pen Pal that I absolutely love. And if you didn't catch it, they released a mystery kit that is a religion-based mystery kit. But religion is not my forte. I have decided which kit I'm doing next year for my Pride event. So I will keep doing all things rainbow for my Pride event, because that event means something very special to me, so I will always do that event. But I do plan on trying to stick to artists that I like working on. So I think I'm finally going to do a Michaelgelina event. I have been wanting to for a while. I've just been trying to figure out when I want to do a Michaelgelina event. And I need to make sure it doesn't cross paths with Jenny Rose, because I know she does a Michaelgelina event. So guys, did you see the releases? They restocked some paintings. There's one painting that keeps catching my eye. It's Sisters of Fate. That is Greek mythology, if you didn't know. And Chrisabug, she does a lot of Greek mythology type of artwork. And like she has Persephone, she has Aphrodite, she has quite a few that are Greek mythology. And Sisters of Fate, they come off as witches, but the way she portrayed them, she didn't portray them as witches. It was a little different. So there's that, guys. Look at that. Nicely done. So I wanted to complete this section, this little part here, to show you what your next step would be. So I'm gonna try to get you up in here as much as I can. So your next color would be this symbol here, the L's. Because that's why I like working in strips. It's a whole lot easier to maintain the flow. So after you would finish the L's, you would go to the plus signs. And after the plus signs, you would have the choices of either doing the dots, or is that an E? I can't tell. It looks like, yes, it's 19. It's a lowercase e. Yes. No, that's going to be a fun symbol to work on. Anyway, and you would just work your way up. So we are going to start kitting up this painting. Okay. So I already have my pens picked out for this event until I place my order with Candylicious pens. They actually had a fall pen that I grabbed. She is actually another sponsor. She is actually making a pen to send to me so I can have it. So there. And what I like about these frames, you just peel it back down and lay it down. No harm foul there. So we have, so we're probably going to kit this up into baggies. It depends on how staticky it really is. So guys, I'm going to show you. These guys are stickers that you put on your label, on your containers. Kiona's Craft Corner, she does these. So what makes this so simple is that you put your stickers over the label sticker, and then those the labels that you're putting on from Diamond Art Club is easier to peel off, and it doesn't leave a sticky residue, and neither do those. So if you ever want to just remove them, put them on a different, get them set up on a different system, you can do that. But before, okay, here we are. So we are going to go by weight. I usually don't go by weight in a kit ever. This has a lot of big drills I'm seeing. 842. Yep. So we have 842. Which is the symbol I'm working on right now. So that makes it 3 drills. Then we have 4 bags of 310. So I won't finish kitting this up tonight, but I do want to kit up the L because I really want to get a section finished. 842, which is the microphone. is exactly how I'm getting up this painting, is by weight. So, and then what I'll do is do it by shade, and you'll see why I'm doing it by shade. Because this painting, mystery paintings are usually done that way. You get a lot of shading involved in the mystery painting. So, give me 1 second, guys. So, and I came prepared. I do have lit sheets that we are putting in this, because we're not knowing this painting has so much static. So 2 sheets should be plenty. 2 little squares. So 842. So guys, see if I've missed anybody. So this one I decided to just go ahead and put the drills in. So someone told me to do static guard. I don't feel safe putting liquid inside a drill bag. That just sounds not right. So I watched Miss Coffee's comparison video today on yeah, I saw a lot of so, and Miss Coffee's comparison video was very informative, which I liked. So that kind of made my decision on if I want to stick with Diamond Art Club's. Look at the static, guys. Oh my Jesus. So guys, first thing I can tell you, don't put them in baggies. So we're going to do this. Yep. I'm glad I tested it when I did. So when you have static in drills like this, you're definitely going to want to put quite a few sheets in here. So, and then, so I'm going to be sticking with Elizabeth Ward's because Elizabeth Ward containers are taller. Yeah, putting the labels on is a little on the tricky side. Yes, trying to get the drills out of the plastic bag is not easy. But I purchased this kit. So worst comes to worst, I will just have them send me more drills if there's not enough. So we're just gonna put that right in there. So we are gonna look for the L because I want to get started on the next symbol. And I believe it is the upside down L, which is 49, 38, 64, which is over here, which is going to be this color here. See what I mean? They're shading, and which that's why I don't like kitting up right off the bat, because once you learn the layout of a kit, that's when you should be kitting it up. So definitely see why Miranda had issues with this kit. But when you take them out of the bags and put them in containers, it does help with the static. And the longer you have a kit waiting, the less static you're going to have. And unfortunately, when it comes to static, the longer it sits, the better off you are. So we're going to jump right into this symbol. I'm loving this. The static is going to be a struggle. I already know. But I'll survive. It's not my first kit that I've had static with. Again, like I did before, I'm going to just put my release paper down, do half and half. And I like using the white trays. So static isn't as bad as when she probably did this kit immediately. That's why her static was bad. But my static is okay. It's tolerable. So, like I said, roll your canvas up and just continue working on it. I'm going to work on it with our lovely not a fan of the tips. That's why I'm kind of glad. I can't wait to get a metal tip. So I am still waiting on my painting. I ordered the Inscro painting with the drills. So while I got this going, we're gonna look for the plus sign, because that's the color that would be next. Which is 841, which is a brown. Oh. So 841 has 2. So, like I said, there's your next shade. So, sit that there. We're going to put the 841 symbol on. So, that's the trick to mystery kits, if you're wondering, is to do it by shade. Because it just makes your process painting go a whole lot quicker. Because then you're just going with the blending. Because mystery kits are known for it. So Miss Jen ordered her first mystery kit, and that would be the one tip I could get anybody working on a mystery kit. And oh my god, this has some static. So there's that. So, yep, still waiting, because that was actually the kit I was going to do. But I'm on a short crunch here, so that's why I chose this one. And thank you guys for voting. That just had made it a little easier, because this one has been on my radar for a while. So you're just going to let this set in the container. That will help alleviate static. So there we go. We're good for now. Now I can just plug away at this. But we're going to plug away with my lovely So do you do the bag or the drills? I've heard people just swab it in the bag and go from there. But yeah, I love angled tips. They kind of alleviate from me having to bend over as much. And my eyes have been bugging me lately, so I might finally have to break down and go to the eye doctor. It's been a while. I do have to go to the so my next color is the plus sign. So I've done that. Now, put this back in. I love Bella Art Diamonds trays. Love them. Because, especially the ones that come with the kits, and they seem to withstand the confetti a little bit better than most other shops. Bear with me here, guys. I'm trying to get some. So, been watching Green Arrow. It's one of my favorites to watch. Because he just, oh, he's Mr. Yummy Pants. The main actor. He's always been one of my favorites. Look at all that static. I got jumping beans in my container here. So, we'll try. Try to get this to work. And I don't like using the lip pieces just because, and someone told me to buy Unstoppables. The Downy Unstoppables. Put them in your containers. Of course, my luck, I would pick it up with my pen, and that'd be the end of it. Because I don't think it would be right on my canvas. So, we shall see. I have seriously thought about getting some of those just to try it. Someone had told me that. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, this is my way of getting a section done quick, is doing it in strips. So Randa is sending me some putty to do. She is making a few packages up. Leona's Design, she's sending me some, I don't know if she's sending me any, but she did say she is sending some for my winners. So I'm not including August into the winner because it's just starting. And I'm starting mine now because it is a present for somebody. And I diamond paint really slow. Which makes it really hard for me to finish a kit. So we shall see how this looks once I So my thing is, I'm gonna multi-place this section, and if I'm not liking my way it's looking, I'm gonna have to single place this kit, which I don't really want to do. So I do prefer multi-placing. Because you do have a lot of gapping, but Butt and I actually had to use a light pad on quite often, so I saw the gapping a lot. This painting, I'm not going to have to, because it is a newer image. You can definitely tell this is different compared to the last one I worked on. Like even the Jason Voorhees one that I have kitted up, that one you can definitely tell. That one I do plan on trying to work on some of it the month of October, because it is going to be Halloween month, and it just makes sense. Because I do have the week of Halloween off, and I would love to get that one done for the month of Halloween. It's not looking too bad with me multi-placing. So now we're going to do E. I think it's an E, yes. And what are we at? 19, which is 640. And 640 is going to probably be another brown color. Pretty sure. Yep. Greenish color. I love it when the blending goes the way I'm hoping it will go. 640 is 1, so we're getting into one type of. We're going to use that. 640, which is the letter E. So, I still forgot to tell you which kit I'm doing for my Pride event. So, for next year, I'm going to do my Inamorte mystery kit, because she is not known for doing colorful images. She is a dark artist, so I'm very excited to do that one. So a lot of people tell people if you have a lot of static in your drills, put your drills in a tray. Well, I end up making a mess either way. So it doesn't really matter how I do this. So this is letter E, and I believe this is the color I have to do next. So I could have done it in trays, but so one thing I could say is definitely invest in trier sheets. Yes. Those are the things you throw into your washing machine. Yeah, someone told me that those work really well for static. So I'm thinking about buying some just to keep in here. And that would alleviate from everything else because we do not use dryer sheets. I rarely use them now because our clothes just kind of sit and look stupid for a little bit. So we're going to use a regular multi-placer. I think this has Beetlejuice putty in it, I think. This is one of my favorite pens. But it doesn't have an angle tip on it, so loving it. So I tried to pick a variety of color schemes that would work with Inscarero. This barely falls into that category, but it's one of my favorite pens. I do have a Halloween pen coming from Leopard Leatherworks, but I'm not going to be purchasing pens anymore for a while because I really don't need them. I have such a variety of turns that, but I've been wanting to try Candylicious pens for a while. And her pens, guys, oh, I love her turnstiles. They're very ergonomic. So she has a really a deep indent at the end, and that's how I hold pens. That's why I like. So these are very similar to Leopard Leatherworks. This they would call a baseball end, but they don't make them deep enough for me. If they made them a little bit deeper, it would work. But right here, she makes this very curved, and the way I hold a pen is like this. Hold it like this, and that's how I diamond paint. Now I don't really have to do that with the angled tip. So I absolutely love her designs. She makes quite a few different kinds. You can definitely tell her the way she holds a pen probably is the same as I do. I did not like writing in school because I used to get cramps a lot as a child. And it had a lot to do with there was no structure to a pencil. So I think it was like I got into like the end of elementary school is when they came out with the pen grips. And my mother, she was like, we're going to try these. See how these do. I mean, she took me to a specialist and everything. Just like, because a pencil does not have no comfort on it. It's hardwood against your hand, so it's not going to be very sustainable to writing. Then mechanical pencils became a thing. And mechanical pencils, a lot of them had grips built into them. So that's when my mother, she always made sure I had those in school. And I think I didn't start using those until junior high. So the minute I got to junior high, my hands were a whole lot better. I think that's why I have issues with my hands to begin with. Because of all the years I had to work with just a lovely pencil. I was I'm pretty sure I'm the last generation that learned on a typewriter. I did learn on a computer as well. So I learned on a typewriter my elementary and junior high years. And then that's when gateway computers became a thing. And that's when I learned on a computer in high school. But down south, they're all types of extra when it comes to stuff like that. So, You had to take a computer course, always. So your very first 9 weeks of school, you learned on a typewriter because the teachers wanted kids to know that computers wasn't the first thing to be invented. So our teacher had set up a what you want to call it, why typewriters became null and void, why they just stopped dealing with typewriters altogether. So he had brought all of us over. I think my class ratio was 15 to 30 people. It wasn't a big class. I remember that class being really small. I think it was like 15 people max in that classroom. So we're all standing there, and he's just typing away, and the ink is in spots. It's very washed out. Then he shows us how you replace the ink ribbon in a typewriter. And after he's done, he's like, he lifts up his hands, and this is why we now have computers. And his hands were gross. Absolutely disgusting. And I'm like, okay, that's why we don't own a typewriter. We didn't get a computer until really late. Because mind you, I was one of the generations that had the floppy disks. And this ages us, guys. Remember the game Oregon Trail? I hated that game as a child. Hated it. And now it's on phones. You can actually download the Oregon Trail game onto your phone. And I'm like, oh dear Lord, no, thank you. You had that. You had some other game that was on a floppy disk. I can't remember. Frogger was on a floppy disk back in the day. It was before. It was kind of in the same decade as Atari. I have a question for you guys. So, how is school going for you guys? Because a lot of you guys live in the South. I'm pretty sure school has started already. But me, school is not a thing I ever want to do again. I was not a fan of school at all. So yeah, this kit, definitely want to get this one done as fast as possible. So I'm kind of at that spot in this kit to where you can kind of just do your own thing. You don't have to do the blending if you want, but it kind of blends on its own, which makes these type of kits easy. I'm loving the color palette. This is already giving me fall vibes, which makes me very happy. Takes a lot for a kit to catch my eye. that color. We're gonna do N, that weird funky N, which I'm not a fan. 3790, which is gonna be probably one of these weird offset green colors. My lovely cat's playing with plastic. Like she don't have enough toys to play with. So we have another lovely blending color. 310. I've never liked working in 310 land. So I'm gonna like working on this one because it's a different color vibe than Wicked Witch. I'm still on that kit, guys, because the black is real. I'm just not a fan of black. This does not have much black in it at all, which puts me in my happy place. But I cannot wait to be on 7 to 4s. 7 to 4s for me is probably the best fit. So we just got 3790 here. So that's my next color, so I'm just gonna put some of these in. Very staticky, which kind of figured. I'm watching my lovely cat like a hawk. Uh, 3790. So let her in. This kit should have been kitted up. Good night, Jen. Thank you for stopping by. Love me some. So yes, this is definitely giving me fall vibes. So yes, kids like this, you definitely want a rhythm. But I would recommend, guys, if you're going to multi-place any form of a kit, don't get crazy placer sizes because they're very hard to keep full. I'll show you in a minute what I mean. I have a 13 placer here. I'm going to call it a 13 placer. So I think you can pick 13 drills up with this one. It's one of the biggest placers that Diamond Art Club offers, but I'm not a fan. So, because over time, this is just going, I call it the rolling effect. Putty seems to do that with drills. It'll start to get rivets, so all that putty's doing is rolling. And eventually you're going to get to the end, and it's very hard to keep this going with how much is in here. That's why I'm not a fan of big placers. Especially a kit like this that has not a lot of confetti, but enough to cause problems with you trying to place drills. because the place is too big to fit in the tray. So that's another tip I can give you, is make sure your tray fits your multi-placer. Like if you have a 15 placer, you're not going to go use some tiny little tray. Make sure you have a big tray if you're going to use those type of placers. I prefer, what's my sweet spot? Between a 6 and a 7 placer is my go-to. I don't like going bigger than that. 10 is my max. And the lowest I will go is 3. 2 placers kind of null and void. I think the only way the 2 placer works is if you're dealing with a lot of confetti, to where you're placing everything in 2s. And that does happen a lot of times in confetti kits, where you do have a lot of So I chose to do the bottom because the bottom portion of this canvas has the pumpkins, and I love pumpkins, so I thought I would just start from the bottom with this kit. So now that color's done. So this filled in really quickly, considering I've only been on here for an hour and about an hour and a half. And this little strip's almost done. So my typical diamond painting speed, a 3x3 square. Takes me 4 hours. Easily. But that's without any interruptions. That's how I know I'm a slow diamond painter. Because I see people finish like a 5x7 square. You know, the typical regular size squares. They finish that in 2 hours. How? I don't know how they do it. Because I cannot. Because that just, nope. I've tried. Tried everything to go faster, and just my body saying, no. I think it's because I am a perfectionist, always have been. I think that's why that's one of the reasons why I'm stepping down. Because I'm a perfectionist. 310, I am so not. So 310 is the only set of drills I'm kind of going to set aside. This one is not. 310, so excited for 310. Not really. 310, just no. You know what I think it is with 310, why I'm not a fan? I hated it in a cross stitch pattern. Hated it. Because you would think that would be the color you couldn't screw up. That was always the color I screwed up. There was a color that was so similar to black in the cross stitch pattern. I always got them screwed up. Never failed. And I think that's why I'm such a blender when it comes to diamond painting, is because cross stitch you have to be. You ain't there, no. You have to blend your patterns in cross stitch. You can't just be willy-nilly with it. Nope. I love that they keep 310 the dot. It just makes it so much easier. So that's what the container does. It looks like that. And now we have my black in here. It's one of the hardest ones to multi-place, because you don't know where in, like, Wicked Witch, I have had to use a light pad a lot for it. because of how much you definitely can't see where it stops and where it ends. I love black. I love what black does to an image though, especially in diamond painting. It kinda and it happens a lot in Inscarero, Michaelgelina, and who else? Mandy Manzano's images. Black is an outline. There always seems to be an outline in those artists. In Wicked Witch, I'm still bummed that it has a hole in it, and I think that's another reason why I'm struggling with it. Yeah. Melinda, how long does it take you to usually finish a painting? Which mystery kit did you start, Sherilyn? Definitely gonna like working on this one already. Yep, this one's gonna be fun. Oh, is that the Headless Horseman? I can't remember, as I own quite a few. I think that's the Headless Horseman, because I know he did a mystery kit for that. Oh, I'm jealous. You will definitely have to show me how that turns out, because I didn't get that one because I just wasn't impressed with it. So you will definitely see where I stop on here. My husband's working a double tomorrow. Yay. So and Sherilyn's doing a Christmassy kit for my event, which I'm kind of glad, because I definitely want to see all the things that are going to be coming to my channel with her images, because she offers Halloween, she offers Christmas, she offers such a variety of artwork. But I will tell you what, I would love to see another Inscarero mystery kit across the table, because they do something really special with her mystery kit, with her images when they're mystery kit, I think. I just love everything they do. So that's one thing I would ask out of Diamond Art Club, is we are so ready for a Christopher Lavelle mystery kit as well as an Inscarero. But when they released the Inscarero image they just released, that's about my norm, to be honest. Depends on what the style of painting it is. Will depend on how fast I get it done. A Inscarero image, depending on the size, will take me up to 3 months, at least, if not more, depending on my situation. I do have a full-time job, and then I have a home life as well. I can't ignore my home life and just sit around dime paint all the time. No, that's not how I work. So I'm trying to see if I'm able to do this section up here or not. Not well. So if you ever get her frames, be very careful when you get to the top here. It's a tight fit. I will show you how much I've gotten accomplished. Love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I like to kit up slowly just because I need to really see the layout. Black always seems to be her color. I'm already seeing parts of this come to life, and I've not gotten far on it yet. And I like when her kits are busy. That's why I was going to keep those kits, but they're way too busy. I would be switching colors every 5 seconds, and I'm not a fan. So I am actually going to do something a little funky next year. I am actually doing Battle of the Sexes event. So, but there's a twist. It has to be a Christopher Lavelle painting or an Inscarero painting. I've been really sitting on that for a long time. I've been wanting to do something like that for a while, because their artwork is very similar in style. I've been wanting to do some form of event along those lines. So I was like, why not do Battle of the Sexes? Because he's a male artist and she's a female artist. So I thought that would be a fabulous thing to do next year. So I'm going to, and I'm probably actually going to throw in Curtis Rekovich, because all three of those, oh, I would go nuts. So I go through spurts diamond painting because I know I'm on that burnout edge, So I don't demo paint much, but I do still love hosting events. Um, but I am cutting down on my events. I am trying to do events that cater to my taste in artwork. And I've noticed a lot of you guys love the artwork that seems to come across my table. So I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just see about just focusing on dark art for a little bit. But I will still do the rainbow event in the spring, in the summer. That will be my summer event, is the All Things Rainbow. That one would start in May and end in July. So that leaves the rest of the year open. So I'm going to do Battle of the Sexes in January. That is going to be January, February, March, and April. Then, after June and July, so I'm going to take my break in July from events altogether. Then August up to December will be Ghouls for Guerrero. Why I'm doing it that way is because those are the types of artwork I like. And so we shall see how that goes. I might change it. I don't know yet. So, Battle of the Sexes is going to be between 4 artists. Curtis Reikovich, Mike Angelina, Ince Guerrero, and Christopher Lavelle. So 4 artists you will be able to choose from. I will make sure those artists are listed in that description when I set up for that group page, because I think that would be an amazing event to host, because I'm going to have tons of artwork coming across my page. So I thought that would be a good one to do for January all the way up till it's time for my Pride event. But the giveaways aren't going to be as heavy. First off, they're going to be sporadic. They're not going to be like all at once. And that's what I want. I want my events to last longer, to where I'm not getting overwhelmed with it. That's why Ghouls for Guerrero starting at the end of August and going all the way to November 1st, because it gives me kind of a leeway. So no, for Battle of the Sexes, it will not have to be a new start, because there are 4 artists you can choose from. So, like, if you did halfies of each artist, you're going to qualify. Doesn't matter how you qualify. I personally plan on doing a Curtis Reikovich painting. I have 3 going right now. I have Hazel, Peppermint, and Snow Queen. So I'm probably going to push for Snow Queen for the month of January, because it's good. I'm in a New England state to where I want to focus on a painting that is snow-ish themed. I think Snow Queen is the best candidate. And it is around. Get a break from the squares. So, that's my plan. And plus, I think I could do it to where I would be able to get 2 kits done. I have no kits done, guys. So, I definitely am going to push to get this one finished. But I definitely am going to turn down my events a little bit. So, what type of artist events would you like to see me host? I mean, that's, if that makes any sense. Because right now we're doing diamonds for Delamore. And to be honest, that's turning out better than I thought. I was not expecting it to skyrocket like it did. I'm thinking about it desperately. So I have actually thought about bringing back holidays for Hannah. Doing that. It would not be a giveaway type of event. It would be a DP along. Doing that one in November and December. It would be a 2-month event. I have seriously considered doing that one in November. I do have a Hannah Lynn at Willow still going. I'm about halfway done with that one. That, guys, I hate working with green. Me and green colors do not. So green is not a color I like to work with. If it's an off shade of green, I'm fine. But when it involves darker colors, no. I cannot fathom the green. Because I have to use a light pad. Every time I work with a green color. Okay, guys, while I look for my next color. But in the month of October, I do plan on working on my Jason kit. Not a lot. Not going to work on a lot of it. Because it is going to take me a while to get finished. But I'm going to start this one now so that I can get this one finished. Because this one I need to have ready by December. That's another thing is that it's going to be harder and harder for me to get kits done if I keep switching. So I think if I do this, so and I'm going to try to get special guests this event coming up. Not going to do many special guests. I'm going to try to get Sherilyn to come on because she will be my co-host. So we will probably do that September 1st. That's a date that seems to be sticking really well, is due September 1st for my initial event. But you will be able to start it on August 31st. I'm not going to flag you for that. That's another thing. I won't have to work weird hours anymore, which does not hurt my feelings. So So how do you guys feel about a Hannah-Lynn event starting in November? Oh, I cannot with green. Because I can't see it. I usually have to have my light pad on for green. That's why Willow is taking me so long. It has a lot of green in it. So, this kit will be worked out here. So I'm definitely going to make times. It's going to be a whole lot easier now with being 7 to 4. I will be able to pull away and work on it. Not a lot of time, but enough to where I can work on this image. So, even if I get a half an hour, I'm gonna set a timer. I'm doing an hour a day. I think if I do that, that'll get it at a certain point. I actually thought about adding fairy dust to this painting. And I have fairy dust drills, but I'm trying to remember, as I'm not really too fussy when it comes to stuff like that. Cats are being needy tonight. Because it's a lot easier for me to diamond paint at night when the dogs are kind of toned down. They're not during the day, so we're going to just, I have a lot of color I missed, which I kind of figured. Static isn't as bad as when Melinda did hers. Miranda did hers. That poor thing. So she did whip and chats for this painting. She goes to pour the drills out. They were jumping jacking out of the tray. They were jumping jacking out of the container. I think it's because she had started it right away. And I don't start kits right away. Rarely out of a kit. I do test the drill field to make sure it's a drill field I'm going to like. So if I do host a Hannah-Lynn event, I am actually going to ask Art and Soul to sponsor it. Because if they can sponsor it, fabulous. Guys, I gotta make some purchases with them. I haven't even got my first 3 yet. And they're already trying to break my bank account. I'm looking here, trying to see which color I want to do next. I don't have many choices. So I'm thinking definitely gotta. Is it the? Okay. So, because they brought back some of my favorites that DAC got rid of, like the kitty cat, I think is the name of that one. It's a Halloween image. And they brought back the other Halloween image that they discontinued, Moonglow, which I'm excited about because that one is going to be all full of specials. I'm going to do the Christmas tree next, which is 41. Now we're getting into colors that are harder to work with. It's because I'm almost done with my strip here. Like I said, it's at 117 minutes has taken me to do this, but I have been stopping, so it would take me about 3 hours to do one square. So if I did 4 of these squares, it'd take me 12 hours to do one big square. I came on here at 8, so it's gonna be around 10 o'clock now. Because I can't look on my phone without closing out of the live. Christmas trees is 3772. And it's gonna be unusual. Bear with me, guys. Okay. That'll do. This one, I already know my husband's gonna love it. Magic portals I was going to do, but I do have to check to see. These you have to be careful. You're going to throw them right out of the bag because they're going to be jumping beans. Yep. Yeah, these aren't even moving. They're literally wanting to stick to my hands. So we're just going to go with the flow here. Yeah, they don't have to be from Art and Soul because I'm gonna pick Diamond. I'm gonna see if both of them can sponsor it. Even though, you know, all the drama that has been involved with them. With not so much them, I think it has a lot to do with social media. That's why I tell people if you're going to get into a job like that, keep it very black and white. Oh yeah, this is the new drill field. Because I'm getting a lot of crunching. These drills will not take long to destatic because these did not take long coming out of a tray. But of course, you know. There we go. Yes, yeah, they like sticking and jumping. But yes, these colors are just fall all the way. Now we have 3781. So I'm going to turn you guys around so you can see how much I've accomplished. Guys, look at the color. This is fall. It has given me everything to do a fall. What you think so far, guys? Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, her images just give me all the vibes. 3781. Choose. Oh, while I'm thinking of it, I have a little thing of fairy dust drills. I totally forgot. I'm gonna have to help them. Let's do something else. So we're going to look and see if I have any square fairy dust drills. I can't remember if I do or not. These are rounds. So no. On that, because that's for something else. So 3812. Nope. I do have a gorgeous 3046 AB though. Nope. Yep. I have a lot of rounds. Not many squares in here. 610. I found an AB that will work for this image. So we're going to keep that out. We'll take a look at it. Copper for squares, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at these. They have autumn sparklers. I could so use these. So these you can use on square kits, but I don't like using them because it doesn't look right. 3864. Nope. I do have some pixie dust. AB 38. Nope. 959. A lot of these aren't going to work because of the color palette. Nope. 38 34. Oh. I don't think I have yellow in this. I don't. 30, 46. That was close. That was a close one. So I don't have a lot that would work. I thought that would. Thought that would work, but I guess not. 610 will though. So guys, if you're wondering, this is for Snow Castle. That we will be starting to do. So, it's my little drill bucket. So 610 is what? The big V symbol. So I'm going to look to see if I have enough to do this. I should. So what color was I looking for first? I'm looking here, guys. Don't butt. 37. Oh, so I did find my next color. But while I'm doing that, I'm going to look for that symbol. So I have enough that I'm going to substitute it. Because I think that would be a nice addition. And that is the only way you're going to be able to enhance a mystery kit. If you're going to enhance a mystery kit, just pick a color. If you have that special drill, pick that color and just feed it into your mystery painting, because you have no idea how this image is going to turn out, which kind of makes it like a surprise, because this isn't rendered into the painting. So now I'm going to look for that while I'm thinking about it. It is a darker green, so I already know it's going to be in this strand here. Right there. Look at that little bag compared to this. Way good. So, that gives me some bling bling for this. Not a lot, but enough to say I did. Now, if it's going in the grass, I think it's going to work out really well. Which I believe it is, because I only have one V. Yeah, that's all I got. So we're going to go ahead and do that symbol, because I do have a handful of it, and oh, this will look good. So I was going to introduce the autumn sparklers into this for the pumpkins, but I don't want to, I have no clue, at least where with this, I can place this in spots where it can go. Gorgeous. All done with that symbol. So that was 610. So let me go ahead and just put that on. But so I made that easy. So we're just going to put some ABs in there, right there. And that's probably enough to do whatever it needs to be done. So we shall see how this turns out. It's going to really make the grass pop, which I'm glad I decided to go with that. So we'll just leave you there. Then we have 3781, which is the side arrow. So guys, I almost did a different painting for Drills and Chills, but I wanted to do one that I could potentially finish. I almost did my Harvest Witch, because that is a gorgeous image. So 3781 is the side. I'm a fan of emptying the drills into the tray because they do like to be jumping jacks. Yep. That's why I don't like putting them. So some of it did mix over. Sorry about that. But yeah, I will show you my progress. Oh, guys, this painting. So that AB that I'm adding is just going to give the grass just enough of a pop to it. And that's kind of what I was going for. This is actually my first mystery kit I'm ever going to enhance. Just a heads up, guys, Magic Portals. I've seen 2 people destash it onto the destash site. Ooh, there's something else too that's a unicorn. Can't remember. What was the Inscriero image? So I did find out that there is one more Inscriero image I don't own, but it is a oldie. It was actually one of the first ones that they ever did. I'm never going to find it. No way. No way I'm ever going to find that image. I don't even know the name of it. So we're going to do the plus sign. We're going to take a break from that. So I'm going to just keep on trucking along with this. I wouldn't even know where to look for that image. But I am going to do my very first cross stitch conversion. I would have to go on Inscaro's website. Pretty sure. I would know it when I saw it. I do want to see if she offers stuff like Micah Jelena or Christopher Lavelle does. If she has merch or not. I'm not sure if she does. I know she offers a artist book though, which is kind of neat. And she mentions Diamond Art Club in that artist book. So you can definitely tell she's right on board with them, which is kind of funny knowing all the drama that's happening between some artists, which I'm pretty sure a lot of artists that go with Diamond Art Club, they have to go by certain rules and regulations, just like the Diamond Art Club has to do with the artist. But I don't get into that technical stuff on my channel, because no. Big thing with me is I don't buy from stores that don't license their artwork. If you didn't know, who is it? They just started licensing artwork and they had a negative rep for the longest time. So I'm tempted to order one kit from them to see if their quality has changed. I have not ordered from them in a very long time. They were the very first diamond painting shop that I found, and I had a really bad experience with that shop, but I'm willing to try them again. And if you've been on my channel long enough, you already know who that shop is. Yeah, they are very new to licensing artwork. They haven't been doing it a long time. One of their artists is Sheena Pike, which she is one of my favorites. So I have been seriously considering them, checking them out. And if you don't know who they are, it is Paint with Diamonds. They were given a bad rep from the get-go. Most people will not buy from them just because how they first started out. But I'm willing to give them a shot. But if they haven't changed, it will be the last time I order from them. There are some shops that I do want to try that I do own one painting from. And that is Diamond Painting Express. I own one image. Oh my gosh, these drones are saying, no, we don't want to go in the container. We just want to stay and play inside. Mica. Micagelina's the fourth one. That's how I'm going to incorporate Micagelina. So if this is a hit, I will be doing this one every year, as well as Ghouls for the Arrow, because I have a feeling that this is going to be a hit. I am loving the colors. These colors are giving me pumpkin vibes. No, that ain't gonna work. So the trick to these frames, guys, do not do the row closest up to it. Just eliminate that row altogether. Don't even bother, because I'm having issues with placing the drills on it. So, show you in a minute what I'm going to do next. Static is real. This one has a lot of static. So I'm going to turn you around again to show you what I've completed. So I've been at this an hour, 1:43:56. So 2.5 hours. So this square would take me 4 hours to do. It's because I've been stopping, talking, and so I'm going to show you what we're going to do next. So you see that I have left this here. There's a reason. So when you get down to the minimal of minimals with the drills, you don't have to fill in this whole entire square. When you get down to colors with very limited, that's when you reveal the rest of it. Because then, hopefully, you get more of that symbol over here. But guess what? We don't have more of that symbol. So, I'm going to lift you guys up so I can show you this sheet size. So guys, this is a big piece. Square this size. That's probably a 4-hour project, if not longer, depending. So when I get sheets like this, I usually fold it in half, and that's my go-to. Because if I fold this in half, it's like doing strips, and I prefer strips anyway. So, but guys, isn't that gorgeous? It's gonna be stunning once I get through this first square. So, what I like about frames is this. Lift and lay it down. And now you just place it down in the spot that isn't painted yet. Is still glued to the canvas, where this is just kind of sitting here looking pretty. So you can write on these if you want, but I wouldn't recommend it because you will have to have alcohol wipes with you, because that's the only way you're gonna get the writing off. So she does offer chalkboard frames to where you get a chalkboard pen with it. You can obviously do those if you want. This is my second order from her. She actually made my frames for my Ghouls for Gero painting, but the frames are huge. That's why I've resorted to this. This is the perfect size for me. I can work with this because then I can just cut the strips literally in half like I just showed you guys. Have a good night, Cheryl Lynn. I just saw you. You left. I don't know. I'm full of energy. I don't know why. Guys, look at my little bit of red. This is for the pumpkin. So we're going to jump right into this section. So yeah, frames I would not recommend doing that top row. So now we are going to I really need to clean up my trash. So I'm like running on something. So this is how we're gonna do it. We're just gonna do 2 rows at a time. I'm not gonna rush it. Because I don't want to rush the frames onto the painting. So I have a lot of plastic going already. So what I do is I kind of just fold each bag instead of another bag. I have a lot of like onesie twosie drills in these just because how staticky it is. So I run out of a color. I will contact Diamond Art Club so they can send me more drills, because I am not fighting with these bags to get every little bit of drills out of them. Not doing it. This is how I get rid of my plastic. I kind of fold bags within bags and just do it that way. But yeah, guys, I'm excited to place my pre-order with Mooney, which is it's going to end up being 2 orders because I am on their custom tray list. That I'm excited for, because I'm going to be doing some of their special rainbowy shift trays. So, by what I'm seeing, I am seeing no gapping whatsoever, which makes me happy. Which means I am definitely going to be able to multi-place this kit. Another way you can do this kit is do it by the corner. I've seen people make L shapes on the corners of the kit just so that they can get not the concept down, to where they get their tight fit started, because you want to make sure your square drills are precise. So why I don't like using a big placer is when I'm multi-placing this way, it's harder to do. Ooh, that went down nicely. Yeah, this is literally the best way to multi-place squares, unfortunately. I think my husband went to bed, or he's just passed out on the couch, one of the two. Now I do have this pen here. This is from Enabler's Outpost. I added one of the bendy tips to it. It's one of my favorite pens to work with. Has my set-in placer on it. So if you multi-place this way, you're good. Definitely going to put a different tip for pour this one on. I do prefer multi-placing, especially squares, just because I'm just not a fan of single placing. I'll do it if I have to. Don't mind me, guys, I'm pushing my drills down because I don't like seeing the black line. But you won't see that once the drills rest, is what I call it. So guys, I'm going to call it, because I've been on here almost 2 hours. No, almost 3 hours. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to donate to my channel, my PayPal is linked in this live, as well as down below, I believe. And always, always, always love yourself, love each other. Happy crafting, guys. Bye.